Wonderful. Well, words of wisdom there from Barbara, and thank you so much, Nicola, for bringing out the best in Barbara through your questions. It's worth checking out Nicola's sort of podcast that he does, Venture Insider. He does some really great insights. There's a lot of golden nuggets that he brings out in that. So I now have the great pleasure of introducing a great friend of mine, Hiro Saiju, who's the President of Business Development and the Head of Business Development and Strategy at Panasonic's Holding Corporation. He'll be sharing a little bit more on the future of our living and the D initiative, the .D initiative. So please welcome to the stage, Hiro.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Check. Is it working? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about the Panasonic new strategy, Future of Our Living, Panasonic in Action, .D initiative. And we are using a live Q&A system in this session. Please scan QR code on the display or some small paper on your table. And scan this code and give us your questions and comments during the session. I will answer as much as possible. My team member is also in the room and will answer via chat or in a virtual room. Let me introduce myself. I have worked with the Yamaha, Toyota Urban, and now with Panasonic. I'm so glad to see all of my former colleagues in this room. And I would like to say thank you to GCB team for having us here. And I have been waiting for some special gift from the GCB because I got 3 well-known companies from Japan sponsoring this great event. And also, Jim, this is a gentle reminder for you, and congrats for being co-author of your new book, The Innovation Paradox, which we all must read. Congratulations. I have started my professional career in robotics software engineering. You can see some robots that I have been involved in the project that in this picture. Then shifted to more about new value creation by business development, investments, acquisitions, and partnership. I'm so excited to see recent trends of innovation, which is a move and expansion from pure cyberspace to the physical space, as I have been a strong believer on potential of robotics technology. So how much you know about Panasonic? We started our business back in 1918 with the light bulb. Then we expanded our product lineup offering pretty broad, like a socket, switch, plugs, air-to-water heat pump, and even the avionics here in the airplane, microwave oven, speed convection oven in the Starbucks, and more, like this. And consumer appliance here. Maybe this is the most famous one, the batteries for EV, mainly Tesla, the other electric vehicle manufacturer. And this is good memory, actually. And the audio sound system, I remember the first audio system I got, and when I was the high school student, was the Technics one. So you might be amazed by seeing our broad product offering in the past, but as our business shown in the previous pages got matured, Panasonic decided to transform the company structure to be a holding structure back in 2022. By this move, we could optimize our daily decision-making and resource allocation, focusing on their ongoing businesses, as I showed in the previous pages. All those are at kind of at the Horizon 1 business. And the holdings company has started to build our future vision towards 2035, 2040 to articulate the future businesses at Horizon 2 and Horizon 3 we would like to realize, and the role and responsibility we want to play by digesting our origins and the corporate philosophy. Let me talk about our philosophy then. That we have the original philosophy set by our founder, Konosuke Matsushita. It's Suido Tetsugaku in Japanese, tap water philosophy in English. Sounds a little bit weird, but the water indispensable to human life is often so abundant in our daily lives that we forget its value. Similarly, if essential goods were supplied as cheaply and abundantly as tap water, human life would become materially richer. Many troubles arising from poverty would be resolved, and happiness would undoubtedly be greatly enhanced. Our founder, Konosuke Matsushita, has left many words to define our philosophies in multiple angles. And one of them is Suido Tetsugaku, I'm now explaining here, which has kept us focusing on spreading our products to be commoditized. The access to the clean and fresh water in Japan has been great and easy, so he would name this philosophy as a Suido Tetsugaku, tap water philosophy, to tell us do not afraid of commoditization, because it's natural progress of our business toward our goals. Our ultimate goal is this one, Bushin Ichinyo, progressing toward realizing an ideal society offering material and spiritual affluence. This is our ultimate goal we believe we can achieve. Since our founding in 1918, we have been working to improve and enhance society and advance the culture of the world. We will continue to create the value by confronting social issues head-on with the hope of creating an ideal society filled with both material and spiritual wealth. But what we got and what we lost in the last decades, it's incredibly amazing when we saw what we have gotten from economical growth, industrial innovation, and the financial system improvement. However, on the other hand, we might unconsciously have lost something very important to us. I echo Barbara's comment in the last session. We are at the very critical moment. It could be a sense of ownership, sense of responsibility, and or care about others, tolerance for others, including the environment and planet. For example, I drink a few cups of coffee every day. I made my own choices to pick the flavor or bean type, but I have no idea if there would be an ethical labor force involved in that production or supply chain. If I could know that, I may refuse to pick the coffee beans to be consumed because I don't want to promote that kind of unethical labor force. But there are no information available to me. So I'm pretty sure, sorry about that. Where's that? So, okay, not only about the coffee, but also making a lot of choices in our daily lives based on very limited information, such as price, nutrition, and brand. Another example, we all became picky in the general to what we get thanks to highly personalized and sophisticated advertisement. When recommendations don't meet my interest, I got frustrated. Same to communication with others, especially on the SNS. When we look at some stats about our material progresses, as you know very well, we could make exponential economical growth for last decades. At the same time, it might cause continuous increase in the global average temperature, which affected climate and natural ecosystems already. Probably you have a good sense to know how much money you spend to live today, but a little idea about impact to the others, including environment by that. For spiritual affluence, why our blue zones are still remain distinguished as blue zones. Why don't they spread to all over the world if that's a great thing for us? The graph in the right shows more people seek their own happiness when we get more economical growth. What would be the key drivers for us to get colorful and mindful affluence in our lives for the next generation, not for us, for our kids, or for our grandkids? How can we realize Ikigai society? How can we demystify the secrets and the essence of the Ikigai and make them implementable at the scale? However, when we align our perspective on social issues, we believe that signs of change can unlock new opportunities. If we just need to keep our existing playbook to maintain our living as it is, and to maintain the effect from these social challenges, such as climate changes, world warming, depopulation, aging society, loneliness. These are mostly negative to zero type efforts. But these could be an opportunity for us to redesign our lives radically if we rewrite our playbook. How can we create new playbook for our living in the next generation? We got some key questions and ideas in our mind based on our extensive experience in the business seas have served for global citizens' daily needs of living and had a series of discussions. It could be time for us to transform our social issues into the opportunities. How can we create truly meaningful changes? Why don't we try redefining our way of living? Those are the key questions. Based on that, so we have decided to start .D initiative. D represents democratization at first, because we want to work for democratization of our variety of living essentials, needs, and basis to promote our sense of ownership. But D could also stand for other Ds, such as digitalization, decentralization, diversification, all these key principles for how we transform, redesign our way to live for the next generation. Interestingly, we also designed that D logo looks 180 degrees rotated from P, which represents the relationship of the .D initiative as a speedboat and the Panasonic as our mothership. If we can find some business potential and unique opportunities beyond traditional Panasonic's line of sight by the D initiatives, it will stimulate and encourage P to build greater valued business product in the physical space. And it will give .D initiatives more rooms to create new values further in digital space. It could be our own strategy cycle and by build continuous new value creation framework. Then our mission is empowering the lives of the next generation with a future of bright choices. Why we want to say that way is because one common direction we set as a base is to transform the system from tree centralized structure to the mesh decentralized structure, thanks to the modern technologies invented and cultivated in cyberspace mainly. It will help us having more options to define the roles of the public-private sector services and a new role and the potential of cooperative services in our society and economy for all our lives. As you know, Japan is one of the leading countries facing the variety of social challenges, such as aging society, depopulation, labor shortage, maintenance of their older infrastructure. If we just keep relying on public sector service for support of the social foundation, is it really sustainable? I have a huge question about that. For example, today, they definitely recover that if the power line in the area where accommodates the 10 families living in rural was damaged by disaster. But it's no longer economically feasible because cost to recover or repair must be much higher than income they got from those services. How long can they keep doing this? In many developed countries, there is an increasing number of people experiencing loneliness, which is a crucial challenge against the well-being. As a solution to this, we have ideas such as community living. In the Noto Peninsula earthquake that occurred earlier this year in Japan, there were fewer victims in relation to the magnitude of that earthquake. And one of the reasons for that was the multi-generation living during the New Year holidays, as younger generation returned to their hometown to celebrate New Year with their families. Based on this, if we can have multi-generation living by design, we believe that we could improve their daily lives and the QOL, quality of lives, and we could also enhance resilience against such unexpected negative events. For emerging countries, such as India and the Global South, could it be sustainable if they need to follow the paths Japan and other developed countries have experienced to promote their economical growth in the past? We need to develop more and more options for the sustainable and colorful living, not only for the developed countries, but also the emerging countries, as it could be leapfrogging opportunities for them. Our ultimate goal is to realize material and spiritual affluence, as I mentioned in the previous page. We will utilize the CPS, stands for Cyber Physical System, kind of the digital twin, as our core technology and a key enabler of new values in real world toward our ultimate goal. This picture shows how the CPS works in general, which will capture data of our daily lives dynamically and store in the cloud, and then that will be reflected in the real world activities. And the data will be processed and effectively create solutions to be implemented. The values we want to create are broad, from sustainability to well-being, and the keywords to describe the values are pretty diverse. So we will focus on offering options, not answers. We do not know the answers today, and we do not need to know them. The answers could be found later by customer and society based on their local personal needs in dynamically changing environment. The key would be not what we build. It must be how we use, how we consume, and how we utilize them. How can we promote them? We come up with some keywords in our mind, like here, software-defined, modularity, those kind of stuff. When we want to realize the circular economy, what kind of use of the CPS will be appropriated? We need to impact our environment anyway when we need to produce some product material for our living needs. How can we maximize lifetime value of their product? It might need not only mechanism of the system, but also behavior change, community action. How can we embrace them effectively? In case of energy, how we promote the shift from the centralized grid system to renewable energy-based distributed off-grid system. We are more and more reliant on electricity to maintain our daily quality of lives, but we still have power outage, although we got so many cool technologies available like generative AI, robotics. The pressure to get our energy more renewable based might give us unique opportunities to design more resilient energy system. Oh, sorry, okay. So this is the last slide. And we will have the 2 more sessions followed by this keynote. So that please join us to discuss how we can realize the ideal society and by utilizing digital technology. Thank you so much.